video we will be talking about the somatic and the autonomic nervous system and the few important characteristics of the somatic and the autonomic nervous system, and also the differences in between the somatic and the autonomic nervous system. And in the previous lecture video I have talked about the different divisions of our nervous system. The somatic and the autonomic nervous system are usually the efferent nervous system. Actually the efferent nervous system, these are the types of efferent nervous system: efferent or the motor nervous system. Then the efferent or the motor nervous system are divisible into two broad categories: the somatic and the autonomic nervous system, right? And somatic and the autonomic nervous system are usually the efferent or the motor neuron. Then you should know that what is the efferent or the motor neuron. And if we draw again the diagram, the central nervous system, this is the central nervous system. You know the central nervous system is made up of brain and the spinal cord, and central nervous system receive the information via the afferent neuron. Then this is the afferent neuron, or afferent neuron is also known as the sensory neuron, right? So sensory neuron convey the information towards the central nervous system. Actually the sensory neurons receive the information from the receptor. The sensory neuron receive the information from the receptor, and receptor can detect the changes of internal and the external stimuli. So internal and external stimuli can be received by the receptor, and then these information are taken up by the afferent or the sensory neuron, and this will move towards the central nervous system. Central nervous system process the information, and then the central nervous system actually send the information towards the efferent or the motor neuron. Okay, and the efferent or the motor neuron carry the processed information towards the effector, right? Which carry the information from central nervous system towards the effector are called as the efferent or the motor neuron. Then the efferent or the motor nervous system are divisible into the somatic and the autonomic nervous system. And in case of somatic nervous system, the effector is the skeletal muscles. Okay, the somatic nervous system, the effector is skeletal muscles, and the somatic nervous system is voluntary. And the autonomic nervous system, the effector is cardiac muscles. So there are different effector actually. Then the cardiac muscles, or this may be smooth muscles, and the effector may be different type of glands, right? And the autonomic nervous system is usually involuntary. In the central nervous system and the effector, there are present a single neuron in case of somatic nervous system, and the somatic motor fiber are very thick, and this is heavily myelinated group A fiber. Okay, so the somatic motor neuron are very much thick. This is very much thick and heavily myelinated, or their axons is myelinated fiber, or they are heavily myelinated, and this is the group A fiber. Okay, and the receptor or the neurotransmitter are the acetylcholine. So the somatic motor neuron actually release the acetylcholine towards the effector, right? So this is the neurotransmitter. And in cases of autonomic nervous system, the neurotransmitter are two type: the acetylcholine and the norepinephrine. But in somatic nervous system, the single type of neurotransmitter, that is the acetylcholine, actually released from this motor neuron. Okay, and the cell body of the somatic motor neuron is present in the central nervous system. That is, it may be present in brain or spinal cord, and the axons form the peripheral nervous system. Actually the peripheral nervous system constitute those neurons which are present outside of the central nervous system. Okay, then they carry the information towards the effector, and here in cases of somatic nervous system, the effector is the skeletal muscles. And if we we look about the differences in between the somatic and the autonomic pathway. So first, the information flow, and in case of somatic nervous system, the information is the efferent. Okay, and the autonomic nervous system, the neurons are the efferent. Actually they carry the information from central nervous system towards the effector. So the neurons which form the somatic nervous system are the efferent, or they are the motor neuron. And in cases of autonomic nervous system, since they carry information from central nervous system towards the effector, so obviously the autonomic neurons are the efferent, or autonomic neurons are motor. and the number of neurons between central nervous system and the effector are, in case of somatic nervous system, the number of neurons in between central nervous system and the effector is 1. Okay, and this is called the somatic motor neuron. So a single somatic motor neuron is present in between central nervous system and the effector. But in cases of autonomic nervous system, in between central nervous system and the effector, there are present 2 neuron, and the first neuron is known as preganglionic neuron. So first neuron is the preganglionic neuron, and the second neuron is postganglionic neuron. Okay, this is an important difference in between the somatic and the autonomic nervous system. So in between the central nervous system and the effector, there are present single neuron in case of somatic pathway, but in case of autonomic pathway, in between central nervous system and the effector, there are present 2 neurons, the myelin sheath. And in cases of somatic motor pathway, the myelin sheath is present, and I have told you that the somatic motor neuron is heavily myelinated, and this is heavily thick, so they carry the conduct of the nerve impulses very rapidly. Okay, so the somatic neuron carry nerve impulse rapidly, because since there are presence myelin sheath, so the nerve impulse actually move by the process of saltatory conduction. Okay, that is, the nerve impulse move from one node to another. So from this node, the another node actually nerve impulse actually move by this way, and this is known as the saltatory conduction, and so the nerve impulse move through the somatic motor neuron very rapidly. Now, so the myelin sheath is present, and in cases of autonomic nervous system, the preganglionic neuron, the myelin sheath present. So the in preganglionic neuron, myelin sheath present in autonomic pathway, and postganglionic neuron, the myelin sheath absent. Okay, now the effector, in case of somatic nervous system, the effector is skeletal muscle. Actually the effector is skeletal muscle, but in cases of autonomic pathway, the effectors are cardiac muscles, smooth muscles, and different types of glands. Neurotransmitter, and in cases of somatic pathway, the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine. Okay, and in autonomic pathway, the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine and norepinephrine. Okay, so there are present 2 different neurotransmitter, the acetylcholine and the norepinephrine. Location of the peripheral fiber, actually most cranial nerve and all the spinal nerve. So most cranial nerve, since they are the peripheral nervous system, and you know the cranial nerves originated from the brain and the spinal nerve originated from the spinal cord, and for this reason the somatic pathway consisting of most cranial nerve and all spinal nerve okay, all spinal nerve. And in autonomic nervous system, most cranial nerve and all spinal nerve. Okay, then this is actually the basic differences in between somatic and autonomic nervous system, and hope you have understand about the differences in between the somatic and the autonomic nervous system, and also the properties of the somatic motor neuron. And in the next video we will discuss about the divisions of autonomic nervous system. And autonomic nervous system are 2 types, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, and in the next video we will discuss about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So thank you, and that's it.